Snow drifted slowly from the dark Moscow sky, covering the streets in a soft white silence. Inside a small, dimly lit apartment on the city's edge, Anya sat alone near the window, wrapped in a thick wool sweater. The radiator clicked softly, fighting the winter cold, while the faint glow of streetlights reflected off the glass. It had been a long day at the music school where she taught piano, endless lessons, tired students, and the same familiar melodies repeated again and again. When night came, the quiet felt heavier than the noise of the day. Anya's eyes moved to the old upright piano in the corner of the room. Its keys were slightly yellowed, a reminder of time and memories. Her father had once played that piano every evening, filling their home with Russian folk songs and gentle ballads. Since his passing, the music had stopped, and the apartment often felt empty despite its warmth. Tonight, that emptiness pressed deeply on her chest. Seeking distraction, Anya picked up her phone and began scrolling through videos, concert clips, street performers, random songs from around the world. Most passed by without feeling, until one thumbnail caught her attention. It showed a young man in a modest room, holding a microphone, with a simple caption mentioning a Filipino song. There were no bright lights, no stage, no audience, just a voice waiting to be heard. Curiosity made her pause. She hesitated for a moment, unsure why this unfamiliar video mattered. Outside, the wind howled softly, and inside, the apartment held its breath. Anya tapped the screen and pressed play, unaware that this small, ordinary decision on a quiet Moscow night would open a door to emotions she thought she had buried, and connect her heart to a place she had never seen. The moment the video began, the room seemed to change. A soft instrumental intro filled the silence of Anya's apartment, gentle and unhurried, like a deep breath before a confession. On her phone screen, the Filipino singer stood still, eyes closed, as if gathering courage. There were no special effects, no crowd cheering in the background, only sincerity. Then he sang. His voice was warm yet fragile, carrying a weight that surprised her. Each note flowed with emotion, rising and falling like waves shaped by longing and memory. Anya leaned forward, her fingers tightening around the phone. She didn't understand the language, but the pain in his voice felt familiar. It reminded her of Russian romances, songs born from loss, love, and endurance. The melody wrapped around her heart, pulling old memories to the surface. As the song continued, the singer's voice grew stronger, filled with quiet strength rather than force. Anya noticed how his eyes opened slightly on the chorus, as if he were singing not to the camera, but to someone far away. She imagined parents left behind, promises whispered over long distances, and love stretched across oceans. Her throat tightened. This wasn't just a performance, it was a confession. The piano in her corner stood silent, yet inside her mind, its keys began to move again. She felt her father's presence, the evenings when he would play slowly, letting each note speak. The Filipino song echoed the same honesty, different language, same soul. A single tear slipped down Anya's cheek, surprising her. When the chorus ended, she realized something powerful: music didn't ask where you were from. It didn't need translation. In that moment, a voice from the Philippines had crossed thousands of miles and found a home in a quiet Moscow apartment, deep inside her heart. The final note of the song lingered in the air long after the singer's lips stopped moving. Anya remained still, staring at her phone as if afraid the moment would disappear if she breathed too loudly. Her apartment was silent again, yet something inside her had shifted. Slowly, she raised her hand to her face and realized her cheeks were wet. Tears were falling, not sudden sobs, but quiet, honest tears she hadn't allowed herself in years. She replayed the video. Then again. With each listen, the emotions grew deeper. Without understanding a single word, she somehow understood everything. The sorrow in the melody spoke of sacrifice. The tenderness in the singer's voice spoke of love that waits. The strength in the chorus spoke of hope that refuses to die. These were feelings she knew well, feelings every human carried, no matter the language or country. Curious, Anya scrolled down to the comments. She expected to see mostly Filipino viewers, but instead she found a world gathered in one place. English, Spanish, Arabic, Korean, Russian, messages poured in from every corner of the globe. I cried. This healed me. I don't know the language, but I feel it. One comment caught her attention: music needs no translation. Anya whispered the words softly, as if testing their truth. She thought of history books filled with conflict, of borders drawn by politics, of differences that separated people. Yet here they all were, united by a single song recorded in a simple room. Her hands trembled slightly as she typed her own comment in English. She hesitated, unsure if her words mattered among thousands. Finally, she wrote. I am Russian. I don't understand the words, but this song made me cry. Thank you for sharing your heart. She pressed send and set the phone down, her heart lighter than it had been in a long time. For the first time since her father's passing, Anya felt connected, not just to music, but to humanity itself. The next morning, pale winter sunlight slipped through Anya's curtains, reflecting off the snow-covered rooftops outside. For the first time in a long while, she woke with a strange sense of anticipation. Her phone lay on the bedside table, silent but heavy with possibility. As she reached for it, she noticed several notifications. Her heart beat faster. Her comment on the Filipino song had received replies, dozens of them. People from different countries responded with warmth and shared emotion. Some wrote in Russian using online translation, thanking her for her honesty. Others simply left heart emojis, flags, and messages of love. Anya smiled, surprised by how deeply strangers cared. Then she saw it, a reply from the singer himself. Music is our shared heart. Salamat. Her breath caught. The word salamat echoed in her mind. She quickly searched its meaning, thank you. Such a small phrase, yet it carried enormous weight. A simple Filipino word had crossed oceans and melted the cold distance between two nations. Screenshots of their exchange began circulating online. The comments section turned into something bigger than a fan discussion. Russians shared stories of how Filipino songs reminded them of their own folk music. Filipinos replied with messages of respect and curiosity about Russian culture. People posted flags side by side, writing, different languages, same feelings. At her music school, Anya couldn't stop thinking about it. During a lesson, she played the melody from the Filipino song on the piano, slowly and carefully. Her students listened in silence. When she finished, one young girl asked, "What song is that?" Anya smiled gently. "It's a song from the Philippines," she said. "It reminds us that music speaks for the heart." That evening, Anya wrote another message under the video, thanking the singer for reminding her why she became a music teacher. The song was no longer just a performance, it had become a bridge, connecting people who had never met. Weeks passed, yet the Filipino song continued to echo far beyond the small room where it was first recorded. It traveled through phones, classrooms, and quiet homes across the world, carrying the same raw emotion that had reached Anya on that snowy Moscow night. What began as a simple performance slowly became a shared human experience. In her music school, Anya made the song part of her lessons. She didn't teach the words, she taught the feeling. She asked her students to close their eyes and listen, to notice how the melody rose with hope and fell with longing. Some students imagined their families, others thought of dreams far away. Even the quietest children felt something stir inside them. Anya realized then that music was not about nationality or language, it was about truth. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, the singer continued to post songs, humbled by messages from around the globe. He never imagined his voice would reach a Russian teacher mourning her father, or that his song would be played on a piano thousands of kilometers away. Each message reminded him why he sang, not for fame, but for connection. One evening, Anya sat at her piano and played the Filipino melody once more. This time, she added her own gentle harmonies, blending Russian emotion with Filipino soul. As her fingers moved across the keys, she felt her father's presence, not as pain, but as warmth. Music had brought him back to her in a new form. Online, viewers began calling the song the bridge song. Flags of Russia and the Philippines appeared together in comments, followed by hearts, tears, and gratitude. No speeches, no agreements, just a melody doing what words often failed to do. In the end, one simple Filipino song proved a powerful truth: when music is honest, it belongs to everyone. It doesn't ask where you're from. It reminds us that beneath different languages and histories, we share the same heart, and that sometimes, a single song is enough to unite the world. Globe showing Europe-Africa musical notes.